Now, regarding the ouster of Maduro, a Reuters poll found that a third of Americans disapprove, a third approve, and about a third have no opinion one way or the other. I will tell you, however, what Karine Jean-Pierre, Biden's press secretary, said about Maduro back in 2024, number 32.
Quickly turn to Venezuela, where Maduro once again demonstrated his complete disregard for democratic norms and proceeded with his illegitimate inauguration. As President Biden emphasized during his meeting with President-elect Edmundo Gonzalez Urrutia on Monday, January 6, we believe that it is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is respected. In coordination with our partners, we've given Maduro and his representatives every opportunity to restore democracy, but they haven't. So today we are building on all of our previous actions and taking further major actions. We announced new sanctions on key Maduro-aligned officials as a part of our efforts to hold them accountable, and we imposed more visa restrictions totaling nearly 2,000 individuals. We also increased the reward amount to $25 million for Nicolas Maduro and his so-called Minister of Interior as part of the Department of State's Narcotics Rewards program.
Increased the reward to $25 million for his arrest? How are you going to achieve that? Now, this is Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, also way back in 2024, number 31.
Well, we stand with the Venezuelan people who overwhelmingly, it turns out, voted for Gonzalez and against Maduro. This is why many of us called immediately for transparency, for the Maduro government regime to release the results. And there's a reason, Jose, that they hid those results, because we now know, because we've seen results that were released by some of the opposition figures from about 80% of the polling places, that Gonzalez has, won comfortably here. And so this is clearly an effort to deny the will of the people. Maduro lost, right? He is trying to cling on to this claim of legitimacy that he won when all the evidence shows otherwise. So this is why Secretary Blinken did, in my view, the right thing, recognizing the real winner here, Gonzalez. And this is why the United States is now going to use its levers and influence to push for a negotiation, to have a transition to the truly elected leader, Gonzalez. Now, obviously, we know Maduro and his cronies do not want to go quietly into the night, but the United States needs to work with our partners and allies in the region to ratchet up the pressure on behalf of the Venezuelan people.
To ratchet up the pressure on behalf of the Venezuelan people. Now, this is a former Democrat National Committee press secretary about how previous administrations talked a lot about how Maduro should go, but did nothing about it. Number 22.
Talk to me about why this hadn't happened before. I mean, the charges against, the indictment against Maduro and his wife started back in 2020 under Trump's first term. And in trying to catch him and trying to get him, he remained in office, if you want to say that in quotes, because you've told me before he wasn't legitimate. He was a dictator, Maduro. But then you look that the bounty went up to $25 million. But the Biden-Harris administration didn't go after him the way that we're seeing with the Trump administration.
Look, that's exactly right. I mean, there's no question that both Republicans and Democrats administration in the past did a whole lot of talk, but did not follow through. With President Trump, it was different. And this is something that Republicans and Democrats here at home should support. It. Like you said, former President Biden supported this when he was a senator. So I hope that my fellow Democrats will come and support this immediately. And let me say also something, too, for the folks that want to be quick and some of my Democratic friends to say, no, this is Trump trying to take the oil and trying to take the oil reserves of Venezuela. It is true that Venezuela holds the largest oil reserve in the world. But folks, let me be very clear. The people who are controlling the Venezuelan oil today is not the Venezuelans and it's not America. It's the Chinese, it's Russia, it's Iran, it's Hezbollah, and it's Hamas. So I much rather have America helping us rebuild the great nation of what once was. Venezuela was the most powerful country in Latin America, and it can be the biggest commercial partner for the United States.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.